Hey, Bashar Katu here. In this video, I want to talk to you guys about how David Martinek was able to launch and scale a successful Amazon business in literally under 6 months from launching. And also share with you guys the top 3 things that he simply did that many other entrepreneurs simply don't do. And this is really, a characteristic of a successful entrepreneur. Now, those of you that don't know who I am, my name is Bashar Katu, and I'm the founder of BJK University, an education company with a mission to impact 1 million lives. So this format is going to be a little different. This is something that we are just kind of creating a little bit. So you're going to, see Lorraine, who's actually one of our coaches at BJK University that I'm going to be bringing on, where me and her are kind of going to do almost like a podcast back and forth, where we talk about, different topics. And this is just kind of the very first series that we're doing like this. We want to do something different, just kind of present to you guys with different things and see if you guys like this, format. So let us know in the comments, what do you guys think? And if you guys want us to keep doing it or not. All right, Lorraine. Well, so just a quick question that I had for you and like just to, I guess you could cover all 3 things real quick and just tell us what those 3 things are. And then what we want to do is we want to break them down one by one, so that way we can kind of explain what those are. So tell us what those 3 things that you believe that David had in this process.
David was very resourceful and he reached out for support. A lot of times we can be unsure about certain things when we're on a new venture. So reaching out and getting support gives us what we need inside and helps us move forward. And another thing that he kept doing was he would post as he was moving forward on his journey. Each Monday we have a milestone Monday, and he would continually post, and it would also energize everyone else in the community.
Got it. And so you said resourcefulness. You said support. That he sought support and wanted to make sure that he has people around him that knew kind of what he was talking about. But I know you also mentioned something about like mindset you were talking about. You said that he just had a mindset where like he would not take a no for an answer, and it was like, this is it. I mean, would you say that was a big thing for him?
Absolutely. Anytime you're in business, you have to have a clear mindset and a goal. Some of the best things you can ever do are set goals for yourself. And each time you reach that next goal, you set another next goal. And so he had the business mindset of continuing on and how far can I take this? And so he would reach out in an accountability group that we had together, and he would ask certain questions. And if I didn't know the answer, I would go find it. And then we would come back and collaborate together and see which direction he wanted to go in, and he would take the ball and just keep going.
That's awesome. So let's kind of go through the 3, the resourcefulness, having the right mindset, and then seeking support. And that's kind of what we want to break down in this video, is really just talk about every single step. So those of you that are watching can take those things and apply them in your business. And so that way you also can, achieve similar results. Now, before we get into those 3 things, why don't you tell us, Lorraine, what are some of the things that David has accomplished, and what are some of the successes that he's had, in the past just a few short months?
Well, he studied very hard on how to do product research. And when he found a good product, he found that there was an opening that nobody had patented this product. So his eyes just lit up and he was very excited about it. But he had a lot more to learn. So he went through the course and he negotiated with his suppliers, and he was able to make changes to an existing idea. And this way, his next move was, what do I do next? Can I patent this? I'm like, well, let's do a patent search on it. And we went over to one of our vendors that we tend to like to use is Fiverr. And we did an in-depth patent search on it. And it turns out that it looked like it was free and clear for him to make some adjustments and move forward on a patent. And so we got together and looked at different patent attorneys, and he really scaled up and he went through the process, and now look at him, he's getting a patented product. and he got the Amazon choice.
That's amazing. So he's got a patent for his product. Now, is that something necessary for everyone starting to sell on Amazon, or why was that important for him to do?
No, it's not necessary to sell on Amazon to have a patent at all. Hardly anybody does. This is just something that is a spark in some of the students that they're really energized to do this.
I guess the reason why we're explaining this is because we want to show you guys that if you follow 3 of those things that we're going to explain in this video, those things are possible. Now, we're not saying that everyone that's going to follow those things is going to get those results, but that's what the possibility is. So let's go into resourcefulness. Why is that important? How did David do it? And why is it important for anyone starting to sell on Amazon to be resourceful? And what does that mean to you?
Being resourceful, well, he has a great family support too, which is really good. And having the idea, it always sparks sparks with an idea. That's where it starts. And utilizing all the references that we have at his disposal within the class, he went step by step and followed it all the way through. And as he was learning, more ideas were coming, and he just kept going. And being resourceful with finances, reaching out to people in the community, reaching out to the coaches, reaching out to whoever will listen to him. He just kept going and getting more and more energized to continue on.
Got it. So resourcefulness seems like to be something that is important for an entrepreneur wanting to start a business, and not to take no for an answer. And simply, there's never like hitting a wall. If there's a will, there's a way, right? You can always
go around it if we have to. We break through it if we have to.
Got it. Okay. So let's talk about mindset, because I know before we started this video, you were really telling me about how mindset is important, and how anyone starting a business, if they don't have the right mindset, regardless what kind of tools they have, regardless what kind of support they have, if their mindset is not right, that can really spiral into some negative things. So can you explain a little bit more about having the right mind? What does that mean? And how David, by having the right mind, was able to accomplish the kind of success that he did?
When we're starting a new business, we can tend to do this. We can be our worst enemy at times. We're overcritical. We do it to ourselves.
Right.
But once you remove all of this and understand that you have absolutely nothing to lose and everything to gain, the world opens up. Businesses open up to you. Ideas open up. And you can just continue to move forward. And by setting goals, setting your business goals are so important, because once you put them on paper and put them in front of you, now you're accountable to these. These goals you need to be accountable for. And this is what pushes you and motivates you. And people within the community who you talk to and you make a post, now you're accountable for what you write, and it keeps you moving forward.
So obviously the first thing you were mentioning is, being resourceful, having that resourcefulness, never taking no for an answer, always looking for a better way, or for another way at least. The second thing you said, you need to have the right mindset. You need to surround yourself with the right people that want to see you succeed, people that want to see you accomplish great things in life, that simply don't bring you down but lift you up. But what was the third thing? I know you mentioned it briefly earlier, and you said you were talking briefly about support. Can you explain a little bit more about what do you mean by support? What does that mean by having the right support, or having people, like having just support in your business?
It's always good to have support and have people that you surround yourself with that kind of have the same goals. They also are reaching new goals. They're reaching out to have their own business. They have a positive mindset. You always want to surround yourself with positivity. There will be people that will be in our lives that will not exactly say that you're going to be, you're not going to do this, or you can't do this. Well, absolutely, yes, you can. And so we don't want to, alienate our family or anything, but we can keep this part of our life private and keep going and just meet new people that have the same like mind, that want to succeed as well. And when we're around people who are succeeding, obviously we have no choice but to move forward.
So the question for you is, just to add a little bit more about that, is what if your best friends, what if your spouse, what if your siblings, what if your parents are, I don't want to say negative, but they have doubts. They have doubts in you. They have doubts in the business you're starting. They have, they just always shoot things down because maybe they've never done it and they've given up on their dreams. And, let's be honest, sometimes those that have given up on their dreams, it's a little tough for them to see others chasing theirs. So what would you do about that? And these are people that you see every single day. These are people that you're talking to, you're hanging out with, you probably live with. How would you go about that?
I tell them, thank you for your feedback. And I keep going because this is my dream and I'm just going to keep on going, and you're not being rude because you're actually saying, thank you. Thank you for your feedback. I appreciate it. And a lot of times it's because they care. And sometimes it's because, maybe something didn't work out with their dream. And by you succeeding, you may be able to help them out in the end, and maybe they can reach for their dreams again too.
So you're saying maybe you succeeding might actually inspire them to see like, hey, look, trying to actually accomplish something that's outside of the norm isn't a scam. It's possible. You just maybe took the wrong turn or something like that. But
absolutely,
I did it. You can probably do it as well, right?
Absolutely. What better way to show someone than by example?
Sure. Okay, got it. So let's just recap here real quick. Resourcefulness, mindset, support. You're saying that, those are the characteristics of a successful entrepreneur. These are three things that David, was able to simply accomplish in his business that, that helped him accomplish success. And we probably should talk a little bit about David in terms of how you know him, because you said that you guys were kind of like accountability partners, right? You guys kind of like started your businesses together, right? Mm-hmm. Were you supporting him? Was he supporting you also when you guys first started?
I was supporting him. I had already launched my products. I had already, done successful work here, but I also saw that he was young and up and coming and just had a fire lit under him. So when he reached out to me, we just kind of became accountability partners. So I was helping him out along the way and awesome. Giving him, some support.
Very good. Well, Lorraine, it's been great. Appreciate the insight here. Those of you watching, if you enjoyed this video, smash the thumbs up button and also give us a subscribe. We drop content like this at least 2-3 times a week. And let us know in the comment section, what do you guys think of this kind of format? And what do you guys think of this kind of new direction that we're taking with the channel? And also, if there are any specific topics that you guys do want to, have us talk about in the future, please let us know below in the comment section. But outside of that, appreciate you guys. Bashar here and Lorraine. We'll talk to you guys later. See you guys in the next video. Take care.